In this video, I'm going to show you how to perform dark web searches directly from the Linux terminal using a powerful OSINT tool called OnionSearch. This method allows cybersecurity students, researchers, and penetration testers to gather publicly indexed onion links from different dark web search engines without opening random websites manually. It can be useful for threat intelligence, cybersecurity investigations, OSINT research, monitoring leaked data mentions, and understanding how hidden services work in a controlled and ethical environment. But before we begin, a very important disclaimer: this video is strictly created for educational purposes only. The techniques, tools, and demonstrations shown in this video are intended only for cybersecurity awareness, ethical hacking education, OSINT research, and penetration testing practice in legal environments. I do not support or encourage illegal activities, unauthorized access, malicious hacking, or any misuse of these tools. Always follow your local laws and use cybersecurity knowledge responsibly and ethically. Now, let's get started. First, open your Linux terminal and make sure your system is fully updated. Keeping your system updated helps avoid package errors and compatibility issues during installation. For this demonstration, the tool we are going to use is called OnionSearch. OnionSearch is an open-source Python-based OSINT tool that allows users to search multiple dark web search engines directly from the terminal and collect index.onion links automatically. It is commonly used by cybersecurity researchers and OSINT analysts to gather information more efficiently. To access the tool, open your browser and search for OnionSearch GitHub. Scroll down a little and click on the official GitHub repository. Right here, you can see the OnionSearch project, and up here you can also see the developer name, Megadose. Below the repository, you will find the project files and other information related to the tool. Before we continue, I'm going to switch to my virtual environment so I can install the tool safely without affecting my main system files or Python packages. Now, I'll go back to the browser, locate the green code button right here, and click on it. After clicking it, a pop-up will appear containing the GitHub repository URL that we need to clone the project. I'll go ahead and copy the GitHub URL. Next, I'll return to the terminal and paste the URL so we can clone the repository onto our Linux machine. Now type git clone and paste the GitHub repository link we copied earlier, then press enter. Once the cloning process completes successfully, the next step is to navigate into the tool directory. We can do that by typing cd OnionSearch. This command moves us directly into the OnionSearch folder. Now type ls to view all the files inside the directory. As you can see, here are all the project files inside the folder. The next thing we need to do is make sure the setup file is executable by using the chmod command. After that, we can proceed with the installation. Now type sudo python3 setup.py. And press enter. It will request your Linux user password. Type your password and press enter to confirm. Oh, looks like we ran into a command issue because we forgot to add the install argument. No problem. I'll clear the terminal by typing clear to remove the previous errors and make the interface clean again. Now let's type the full command correctly. Sudo python3 setup.py install. After pressing enter, the installation process should begin immediately. Depending on your system speed and internet performance, this may take a few seconds to complete. Perfect. The installation has now completed successfully. Next, we'll clear the terminal interface again using the clear command so everything looks clean before moving to the next step. Now, before performing any dark web searches, we need to start the Tor service because OnionSearch relies on the Tor network to access .onion resources anonymously and securely. If Tor is not installed on your Linux machine, you can install it using the command displayed on the screen. But since I already have Tor installed on my system, I'll simply start the service directly from the terminal. To verify that Tor is running properly, we'll check the service status. And as you can see right here, the service status shows active, which confirms that Tor is successfully running in the background. Now that everything is configured correctly, let's move to the real part of the demonstration. Type OnionSearch H. This command displays the help menu and tool usage instructions. Here, you can see the different commands supported by OnionSearch, including available arguments and options. Down here, you can also see the supported search engines that the tool can use for gathering .onion links. Now let's perform an actual dark web search directly from the terminal. To do that, type OnionSearch, followed by the keyword you want to search for. Then, add the search engine arguments you want to use. In my case, I'll copy a few supported search engines and paste them here. Next, we'll set the limit option. The limit determines the maximum number of pages each search engine should process during the search operation. In my case, I'll set the limit to 4. After that, we'll configure the number of processor units or threads the tool should use. This is useful if you don't want the search process to consume too much CPU power on your machine. I'll set mine to 2. Finally, we need to specify an output file name where all the search results will be stored automatically. Here, I'll use mycourse.txt. This means every search result collected during the operation will be saved inside the text file. Once the command is typed correctly, simply press enter. Immediately after pressing enter, the search process begins. OnionSearch will start connecting to the selected search engines through the Tor network and collect related .onion links based on the keyword we searched for. Depending on your internet speed, Tor connection stability, and the number of search engines selected, this process may take a few seconds to complete. And there we go. The search operation has completed successfully, and all the discovered results have now been saved inside our output text file. To view the stored results directly from the terminal, I'll copy the output file name and use the cat command. And just like that, you can now see all the collected .onion links related to the cybersecurity course keyword we searched for. The results are displayed one after another directly inside the terminal. This is actually very useful for cybersecurity research and OSINT investigations because tools like OnionSearch help security professionals automate the process of gathering publicly indexed information from hidden services. Instead of manually visiting multiple dark web search engines one by one, the tool centralizes the process and saves the results neatly into files for easier analysis. Cybersecurity researchers, penetration testers, digital investigators, threat intelligence analysts, and OSINT professionals commonly use tools like this to monitor cyber threats, investigate data leaks, study malicious infrastructure, track phishing activities, and understand how hidden services operate online. When used ethically and legally, tools like OnionSearch become extremely valuable for education, awareness, and defensive cybersecurity research. And once again, a final and very important disclaimer before we wrap up this video. This tutorial is completely harmless and created strictly for educational and cybersecurity awareness purposes only. This video does not promote illegal hacking, unauthorized access, cybercrime, or any malicious activity of any kind. The information shared here is intended only for ethical hacking students, cybersecurity researchers, penetration testers, and OSINT learners operating in legal and authorized environments. Any misuse of the information shown in this video is entirely the responsibility of the viewer. Always use cybersecurity knowledge responsibly, ethically, and within the boundaries of the law. If you found this video helpful, kindly subscribe and turn on notifications for more cybersecurity, Linux, ethical hacking, and OSINT-related tutorials. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.